Morning, YouTube. I think today is I know today is Saturday. In Sturgis. Let you guys see what I'm staying in the camper here. I'm in Sturgis, South Dakota. Sturgis is the home of the motorcycle rally. Actually, it's supposed to be the largest one in the world. So I'm down here with the hail raisers this weekend. Well, actually not this weekend. This whole week. I'm selling my product out here. So just trying to try it out and see. Do I have a demographic for it? This is not really my demographic, but sometimes you can step out and play the numbers game. Like, for instance, that's supposed to be about 500,000 people here. So I figure if I can get about, I don't know, a small percentage of that 5,000, I got a good deal. So let me get into it. My last video, guys, caused a lot of controversy, and that's good. I like for people to get their thoughts out and you know how they really feel on certain issues. But see, I wanted to put that video out first just to see what people thought and hear their thoughts. Now I want to give some education to what I said. Now, a lot of people feel, and I want to say a lot of people who work jobs, right? They feel like, oh, you gotta look great, you gotta do this, no tattoos, because if you work tattoo, the conservative people that actually own the job will say, hey, we don't want you in here because we don't want our customers scared away, you know. And guys, I think there's a lot of misinformation out there. First of all, I want to state something. I don't have a right to tell any man, any woman, you shouldn't have tattoos, you shouldn't do this, whatever. No right, because every person is in charge of their own life. I think we all agree with that. But here's the deal. There's a book out there called The Millionaire Next Door. And in this book, the guy that did the study, I think his name is Thomas, can't think of his last name, Dr. Thomas something, but Millionaire Next Door is the book. Now this guy did a study. He wanted to find out who are the real millionaires out there, and what do they look like, and what do they like, what kind of people are they. Now before I picked up this book, I used to think they're the one that had the ballroom dancing, you know, the Mercedes, the BMW, you know, that would be my guess. So when a guy set up the experiment, this is what he did. So he's planning the food. He has the waiters out. Everybody's doing this. He has the finest wine. He has caviar. He has all that because, you know, this is what the real rich people eat. And when I say real rich people, I'm talking about people with 10 million or more in assets. All right? So, you know, so he got the fancy stuff out there, the classical music in the back. So all of a sudden, you know, they had the proper time. All of a sudden, people started rolling in. All of a sudden, he noticed that the people weren't eating that food. So he's like, what? Rich people eat caviar and all snails and all this other kind of stuff. Why aren't they eating our food, you know, and the finest wine? So as this went on for a while, he walked up to one of the guys. He said, why aren't you eating this food? He said, man, I don't eat this kind of stuff. You got any Budweiser? So what he found out is, further in the study, that the real rich people aren't the people you think. The real rich people, guess where they live? Middle class neighborhoods. What? What did you say, Abdul? Middle class neighborhoods. Now hold on now. Don't rich people have the pools, the jacuzzis, the lavish parties, the Lamborghinis with the doors pop up? Aren't those the rich people? No. Middle class neighborhoods. But guess what else, guys? Their houses are paid for. And it gets better. They're frugal people. Their form of entertainment is cheap. Because guess what they do? They do things as a family. They go out, they go camping. You know how much it costs to go camping? Barely nothing. They ride bikes in the bike trail with the family. A lot of them are religious people, or they have some type of form of religion. They have discipline in their life. They cut coupons. But guess what their jobs are? A lot of these guys' jobs are janitorial service, septic tank service. A lot of these guys own junkyards. Junkyards. Well, you know, when your car is crashed and you throw your car over, and all of a sudden a guy goes there and says, hey, I want to buy this door or whatever, and they go and buy it or whatever. They live in places where there's not much competition. A lot of them live in small towns. They have the same business 20 to 30 years. How? These are the real rich people? Middle class neighborhoods, their homes are paid for. They have no debt. They're frugal people. They do things as a family. Real rich people. And not just rich, they're wealthy. See, let me give you an example of a lawyer. Because the guy you say, a lawyer will make so much money, you know, why aren't you including the lawyers in this equation? Here's the deal. Not all lawyers. But let me just talk about the average lawyer. Now, if you go to school for 6 years and you have a law degree, right? That's a prestigious degree. You know, when you go to the dinner table, people say, wow, you're a lawyer, and they look up to you. But there's something else sometimes that comes with that name. If you're a lawyer and you have kids, your kids can't go to public school. No. They got to go to the best private school. You have to be a member of the country club. Because the country club is where prestigious men go. You have to have a prestigious car. A Mercedes. Wow. So let's see. The junkyard dealer and the lawyer. The lawyer would have to spend maybe, I don't know, $2,000-3,000 on suits. The junkyard guy wears Levi's, flannel shirt. Okay. Kids. This guy's kids go to public school. This guy, kids go to private school. This guy's house is paid for. This guy lives in the richest side of town. $500,000 a year, $500,000 a year. This guy has to have the Mercedes because lawyers drive Mercedes and BMWs and Range Rovers. This guy drives a Ford Taurus because he don't have to impress anybody because people think he's a scumbag anyway. Now, who is saving the most money? This guy. The junkyard guy. But guess what? All of us are going to be like, oh, this douchebag. Oh, look at this guy. Scrabby guy. When we have advice or we want to get advice somewhere, we're going to ask the lawyer guy. We're not going to ask this guy because what does this guy know? He don't even dress nice. He don't look like the rich. See what I'm getting with this, guys? Guys, this is the importance of financial education. The wool has been pulled over our eyes. You are not going to change your situation until you educate yourself. So now I want to get the feedbacks now that you have a little bit more information. I want to get the feedback now on whether or not it matters what a person looks like. Until next time.